if everyone can open their books to chapter 15, verse 2, once I put it in.
What?
No, that's just the title. I'm dumb.
Great.
I
Australia.
have to actually grab.
Sydney bus drivers strike over pay and conditions, but it's only a 24-hour strike in a couple of different regions. But up to 1,200 workers will be involved in the industrial action. So that was last week on December 5th.
What's up, Banto?
Previously
Banto's here.
Nice Banto. Killing it today. Previously, on November 22nd, drivers refused to switch on their Opal card readers, the contactless fare collection system, used across, and their employers responded by threatening to dock them by 31.5% shifts, which they didn't accept payment.
Damn, that's a move.
Right? Strikes are significant in a sector where the trade unions, along with the anti-worker NSW Industrial Work Relations Commission, have largely maintained tight controls on industrial action against both the state, liberal national government, and the private company employers. Again, this was written by Martin Scott, World Social website, one of the good ones, one of their better writers for sure. Just Coca-Cola bottlers are on strike as well. There's several different strikes across the country.
Yep.
This one's happening in Australia, and that's the point, is that it's bleeding worldwide. Heard of stuff happening in Germany and everywhere else. The difference is they've all got health care. They can strike. It's a lot more of a risk, because now here your employer cuts your health care while you're striking, on top of the fact that you're striking.
Yeah. So just don't get sick while you're on strike.
But one day strikes are affected. These wildcat strikes, they are impacting them. Okay. September snap bus strike over safety concerns, shut down within 24 hours by the Transport Workers Union. We definitely covered that one. Right. But the union made no attempt to broaden the strike beyond Smithfield, didn't demand the testing be implemented at the other 5 depots operated by the company. Weird. Right.
Yep.
So the fact that two unions now feel compelled to carry out 2 24-hour strikes is a reflection of mounting anger toward the deepening assault on jobs and conditions as the city's bus service approaches full privatization. Again. And it talks a little bit about cities.
If you did multiple days over consistently, where you were just like, okay, how much is that, like, turning off those readers? How much does that hurt the company?
Oh, apparently 31.5%, or at least that's what they want to dock the workers, which is probably 3 times what they're actually getting hit by, and why not profit off this too?
So, and this is in Australia, right? So that there could theoretically be like, what are those called? The parallel strikes or whatever. The
solidarity strikes.
Solidarity strikes.
It could be.
Yeah.
Theory.
Yeah. I thought they had healthcare. How is it tied to their job here? Or is that for the Coca-Cola one?
The Coca-Cola one. And anywhere in the United States, but this is again in Australia. So they are also city workers in some way, even though there's partial privatization. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but they work for this RTVU and Transit Workers Union, which are only seeking a meager 2.5% wage increase, less than the CPI. Okay, and far short of the rapidly increasing cost of living in Sydney, where housing increases have increased by more than 25%. And
CPI is inflation, CP something, right?
Consumer Price Index.
What it is. Consumer Price Index. Jesus Christ.
Right. It's the overall aggregate of like how much things cost.
Yeah. Yep.
So compounding the divisive effect of the 2-tier system, and that's what a lot of workers here. I mean, that's what the Kellogg's workers were fighting about, was two-tier system, which was that you needed to achieve a certain amount of seniority in order to be able to get to a certain other level of pay for doing the exact same job.
Mm-hmm.
When the same job should pay the same. So, the TWU.
I think we're talking about
again this
seniority stuff with the
kind of
Starbucks union as well.
Granular and regional, and again, if you're really interested in reading about this, please go to World Social website. I know Reef dropped it in chat.
Yeah.
But award split shift, under that award split shifts can span slightly less than 12 hours, with a maximum shift portion of 5 hours. Straight shifts are limited to 9 duty hours with a meal break. I mean, you're driving. I mean, you got people's lives at risk when you're doing that. So I would hope you would want to take a little bit of care.
Yep. Oh, that's.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just I'm trying to get you to put that in description, but you might have missed the.
I'll do that later. We'll watch it first.
Yep.
So, what do we hear? You cannot have two bus drivers in the same yard driving the same bus on the same route under different rates of different pay and conditions. That's unacceptable. That's exactly the crux of what I was trying to say there. Right?
Yep.
So, in fact, that is precisely the situation both unions have enforced in Region 6 since it was privatized in 2018. So, this is what they're trying to fight against and what they're trying to correct. Because just because you've been doing it longer doesn't mean that if you're doing the same job as someone who...
Well, especially when there's already categorized by route and whatever, like if they have the harder route, they should probably be paid more and just pay both, like whoever works that route, the same.
Well, and there's something to be said
for skill. If one person deserves a raise, yeah.
For skill and knowledge
for
and
sure.
experience, but assuming all other things relatively equal.
Well, versus like what's happening in like the Starbucks thing, where it's like people who've been working the same job for like 9 years who haven't seen any increase in pay from being seniority. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's frustrating for them. But, they also just need to be paid more anyway. So, but, yeah.
Everyone kind of needs to be paid.
Oh, it's like almost a no-brainer at this point.
So, the union's Labor Party has publicly postured as a critic of the privatization of Sydney's buses. Okay, however, in reality, the wave of bus privatization was set off by the Unsworth Review commissioned by Carr Labor State Government in 2004. Again, this not really up on Australia deep politics, but more about the fact that their bus drivers were doing a one-day strike over pay and conditions. After we saw that there was already a transport worker strike a couple of months.
So do you think that this might be Solidarity Strike itself? Just not mentioned as one?
Well,
for the transport workers?
Maybe, but they have their own issues that they're trying to get to. Sure.
Yeah.
Which is, again, pay and conditions. Doesn't say anything about solidarity with anybody else, although I'm sure they do stand in solidarity with workers.
Probably.
And fellow union members. I don't know if that's necessarily what's behind this. Although, again, they just turned it off. Contact fair. So everyone's riding the bus for free.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's to me, that's a smart move. It's like it would just be that it seems like, I don't know, if they're gonna like dock your pay for all that nonsense, and then who knows. But for like one day,
Well, I guess what they're saying is that the Opal card readers, the contactless, represent 31.5% of the amount of transactions, essentially,
per day,
number
or
of fares that are paid, which is why they would dock these drivers by that amount, so they don't lose any money necessarily.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I ain't turning them on. Solidarity with those workers, as solidarity with all workers that are not.
Well, you better get hip to Indie Left. Indie Left. Indie Left.news.